But yeah, we're gonna be doing Daigo versus Kawano grand final set at the CPT, and this should be really interesting. I want to give you guys my thoughts on, well, a lot of stuff, because a lot of really interesting stuff happens when Daigo plays, especially like he won the CPT once again to. Like, there's basically almost like there's almost no way to qualify for the CPT. And somehow Daigo makes it work every single year. I think he's the only player who has managed to qualify for Capcom Cup for every single year. Even the one that was not played last year, right? So that's kind of crazy. And let's check out why he's in a position like that. But yeah, let's check this out. This is kind of crazy, by the way. This should give us an immediate idea of how prepared Daigo is for this set, okay? Like anti-airing with an air throw like that. And you're not expecting a throw from a super high level player early on, right? You expect the player to take their time, to just do whatever it takes to win on a competitive level. So throw should not be on Kawano's mind, or not on Daigo's mind. And yet, immediately, he's ready for that, and that's crazy. Medium kick anti-airs, like he's showing immediately that he's aware of how to anti-air from all of the ranges, and it's kind of crazy. Also, his success rate on teching, like, we'll pay attention to that. I'm shocked at how frequently Daigo was able to tech throws. That was good by Kawano. Very nice, going through the booms. See that? This time around, no tech from Daigo. That was very nice. Take a look at this sequence right here. That was actually really nice from Kawano. He found the perfect moment to interrupt Daigo right there. Daigo lost an EX projectile right there because Kawano went in at the perfect moment, right? And then he got this conversion right here. Very nice. And there we go. Like wake up buttons from Daigo. And like just take a look at how ridiculous this is, by the way. For anyone who's doubting whether Guile is one of the top dogs in Street Fighter, he woke up with buttons right there. Actually, he didn't even wake up buttons. He did the delayed one after he saw Kawano dashing in. So that was not even something that Daigo did. Like, he was blocking on wake up, I think. Actually, let's check the inputs. Was he blocking there? Yes, he was. He was holding down back. And then he did the delayed crouching light punch and converted like that. Crazy. After this conversion, he has corner control. How insane is that? I'm not sure what Kawano was thinking here. Was he trying to view reversal or something? Like, why would you overhead in that spot?
Round 2. Fight.
I mean, I could technically check the input, but it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, Daigo was even ready for that. Notice how Daigo, like, sometimes he, like, super quickly, he mashes, like, back and forth or down, I think, to make Kawano second guess, like, what's happening, whether a sonic boom is coming, whether a normal is being pressed. It should trigger, or it's supposed to trigger a jump from Kawano, I think, but he's actually doing a good job at, like, not taking the bait from, like, most of the time. That was an amazing whiff punish. Damn. He interrupted that boom right there. That was crazy. Colleen has so many nice normals to interrupt like that. That was a great buffer. that was unusual. You actually don't see that frequently. And by the way, in that V-shift, that's a read as far as I can tell. I don't think Daigo did that on reaction. But if you V-shift the V-shift break, then you get a punish, and Daigo's ready for that. Very nice. This was a crucial moment, by the way. Take a look at that. This is where Daigo jumped, and he got away here. Kawano tried to anti-air with throw, but didn't get it, and that's what led Daigo to escape the corner right there. It's reaction. I think it's really difficult to react, and might actually be impossible to react to the V-shift break. I did the frame count at some point, and it's ridiculously low. I actually don't think... Maybe it's possible. The problem with the V-shift break, I mean, we might as well have a little discussion right here. The problem with the V-shift break is the visual cue on the V-shift break is not very apparent until late into the animation itself. And that's a problem. Maybe you can react to some V-shift breaks better, depending on the animation. The sound. The sound no, definitely not the sound. Are people reacting to the sound? Should be way too late to react to the sound. Yeah, the V-shift does not guarantee a V-shift break. Is anyone reacting to the V-shift break sound? I don't think that's possible. What kind of sound cue is there on a V-shift break? Yeah, so the break doesn't even have a sound, so you're not reacting to the sound cue. It doesn't really matter though. I mean, we can debate on that, right? We react faster to the sound. Yeah, but there is no sound. If there's no sound, then you're not reacting to the sound. I know humans can react faster to sound cues than visuals. This is actually a dropped input from Daigo. Daigo tried to flash kick right there after the light kick, but he messed up the buffer probably. I mean, yeah, so he was outside the buffer probably. But here... Take a look at that, by the way. Like, let's go back a little bit. Right here, Kawano got his V-trigger too, and Daigo is very aware of that. Take a look at what he does next. He throws a boom to dare him to pop V-trigger right here. And Kawano knows that Daigo is going to be more careful with the sonic booms from now on, because he got punished earlier for popping... like, Daigo got punished earlier by throwing the sonic boom, right? Because he had V-trigger. So he dashes in to play that mind game. Daigo is aware of that, and he actually throws the boom that is risky to throw. But now, the second time, take a look at that. He does a medium punch to bait the V-trigger activation. But Kawano stubbornly actually dashes forward again and puts... So this puts Daigo in a bad spot. And once again, here are the mind games. As soon as Kawano goes into a range where he can't react to the boom anymore, Daigo will do it from time to time. That's why he was running into a couple of booms. That was really weird, by the way. Take a look at that. I have no idea why Kawano did a throw. Oh no, I think I know why he did it. He was going for a back jump air throw. Take a look at that. I think you want to react to that jump with a throw. Let's go for it. Here's the throw, and then the very next frame is up back. I mean, why would you throw in this spot? It must have been an input error, right? I think you want to jump back. Can you jump back air throw with Colleen? Wait, does Colleen even have an air throw? I actually can't remember right now. she does have one, right? We can jump back at air throw. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's what he tried to do. But yeah, that was a major mistake because it led to a combo, and now Daigo's in a really comfortable spot. Time is ticking, and Kawano needs to do something, and that was his moment right here. Kind of greedy from Daigo as well. And now Daigo's... And this is something I don't understand. Like, or, I mean, I guess I do understand this. Daigo is trying to be really greedy right here because he was expecting Kawano to go for a throw, right? Because the normal mindset in this spot, what's the normal mindset? The normal mindset is, well, my opponent knows that there's no way I'm going to be pressing a button. I'm not going to be risking to die. I have the life lead, so I'm just going to hold down back. That's basically the normal line of thought. So what is Kawano most likely going to do here? He's most likely going up to throw him. So what's Daigo doing in his mind? Oh, Kawano is never going to expect me to wake up with a button right here. Actually, no, he's jumping. Oh, Daigo tried to jump because he was expecting the throw and he was expecting to get away here. Oh, it's really interesting. That was really greedy from Daigo as well. But yeah, he was wrong. He was actually wrong, and Kawano correctly guessed that there was an opportunity to finish him off right here. Yeah, Daigo was trying to cover a throw and shimmy, exactly. Because he figured those are the two most likely options my opponent's gonna do. And that's how he got the comeback. That was an amazing comeback. And air throw again. So, like, Daigo is, like, so ready for that. If you get air thrown like that, then you know, oh, you're, like, that player that is doing the air throw, he's ready. He's, like, he has quick reactions. That's what it means. Take a look at that, by the way. Daigo throws this boom knowing Kawano can jump right here, but it's not a big deal. Even though he jumped in right here, it didn't lead to anything. There was no big risk taken. So just safely throw the booms, get the life lead, take the advantage that you can get, and you're good to go. He even popped V-Trigger right here, and now he didn't even get in, right? So that's a dangerous spot to be in as Kawano. And this is why you can see Daigo is being very careful. I'm not sure if you can hit confirm that. Can you hit confirm that? How many frames does Colleen have? But I don't blame Kawano for not going for a cancel right there. And by the way, pay attention to Daigo. Like how much time has Daigo spent in this corner? Okay, let's take a look at the clock right here. So Daigo's basically cornered at this point, right? 63 seconds in. So let's take a look at how long he's actually... So it took Kawano about 16 seconds to get the first opening because Daigo would simply not do a whole lot here, right? And stubborn enough to not jump ever and not take that gamble. But Kawano did make a lot of progress right here in this spot, and he has another chance to... He has another chance to do a lot of damage right there. So this is actually paying off for Kawano right now. But yeah, like let's think about this right here. Like there was this one moment. What was the moment? This was the moment. The moment when Daigo got the jab in. That was his moment to pop V-Trigger and reverse the entire situation. This is the moment when Daigo basically... Oh wow, take a look at that, take a look at that. This was actually the moment where he could have finished him off. I think Daigo was not ready for this Sonic Boom to hit. Yeah, man, like classic Daigo. Like, take a look at that. Classic Daigo. He has the life lead here. He has all of the resources in the world. Oops, my bad. Accidentally went back. He has all of the resources here, and he's not being super greedy about it. Like, he's just waiting for Kawano to hang himself once again. And this medium kick. And by the way, at the very end, there was a chip situation coming up, right? So, Daigo... Like, Kawano needed to jump at some point, because if he had blocked that Sonic Boom, he would have been chipped out by the critical art. Yeah, he had to jump there, so even though it killed him, it was really his only choice. So that was game over. So yeah, strategy. I find it really interesting because Daigo did take a couple of chances in this game. And maybe it's because he's in winner's side of this grand final set. So let's take a look at the second game. But Kawano could have done the ice jump, which is why Daigo is doing the medium kick anti-air. Oh yeah, that's actually a great point. If he does the ice jump, then Daigo can still punish it. If he does flash kick, that's a major risk potentially, right? That's actually not something I thought about. Yeah, it's probably the reason why we saw what we saw. Let's see what happens game 2. This careful footsies battle, by the way, where Daigo... This is like classic Guile gameplay, really. Like, Guile has to show his opponent that the ground space really belongs to him. And he has to do that with sonic booms. With the upside down kick is really nice. But Colleen, that's the interesting part. Colleen has some really nice tools, and you can see that in this medium punch. See, Colleen can fight back. Like, you have to be careful as Guile when to throw out buttons or when to throw out the sonic booms. And there he gets successfully shimmied. And that's because, really, the ground game is not free at all. This is, like, really tough, actually. Like, that was really nice. Take a look at that. Like, I'm not sure what Kawano was thinking, to be honest. I think he was going for a punish regardless. But he was wrong. That did not punish. Oh, wow. See, and that was like one of the few moments where a flash kick was guaranteed, and Daigo took it. Daigo's so aware, but I think, like, take a look at this situation right here. Kawano is jumping forward because he's anticipating a shimmy or a throw, right? So he's jumping out of this. And this is really worth it for him. He took a crouching fierce, but now he has corner control and he has the resources to punish Daigo, right? I really wonder if Daigo is like really punishing this on reaction. Like let's do the frame count on this, okay? Okay. Let's try to see when is the moment where Daigo could have possibly reacted to that. How many frames does he have? Is this really a frame? I mean, technically this is a frame where he could know this is a fierce, but I'm not going to count this one. I'm going to count this one, okay? So from this is the first frame that I think is reasonable to say somebody's reacting to the normal, right? So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. He punished this on frame 13. Yeah, so Briar, not a block. The animation is on Guile's arm. That's why it's really interesting, because Daigo does not have to worry about that. If Daigo is in block stun, the sweep does not come out, right? So Daigo does not worry about it. As soon as he sees the fierce, he's just gonna do sweep. If he ends up blocking the fierce attack, then the sweep does not come out. So it's basically an option select, but it's a really simple option select. So you don't have to worry about that. 13 frames is kind of crazy. One thing that you have to think about is Daigo is playing on an optimal PC setup, right? So 13 frame on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 is impossible. But on PC with the optimal setting, you basically have to add 2 more frames minimum. So that would have been a 15 frame confirm on PlayStation 4, which is absolutely insane, by the way. So that's an insane confirm on PlayStation 4, and obviously on PC it's 13 frames. Cody standing medium punch is 13 frames, and people do that. maybe on PC, definitely not on PlayStation 4. I've seen like the, in case anyone's wondering, okay, what's the limit of this reaction speed on PlayStation 4? Usually 16 frame confirms are considered like really crazy. As I said, on PC, if you have the optimal setup, you can shave off 2 frames of input lag. So you basically, like a 16 frame confirm on a PlayStation 4 would be equivalent to 14 frames. It's even a bit more than 2 frames. In very specific scenarios, it's 3 frames, but the average difference should be 2 frames. You can do a 14 frame confirm. Like, I know for a fact that Phenom, for example, did, I think that was that on PlayStation 4? I'm not quite sure, actually. He did either a 13 frame confirm on PC or a 15 frame confirm on PlayStation 4. One or the other, I'm not quite sure about it. You can't use Phenom as an example. Yeah, but what I was about to say is even Phenom agreed. I remember that he was doing something with 15 frame, and he said 15 frame is the max. You can't really go beyond that. But I can't remember if that was PlayStation 4, because I'm pretty sure it was PlayStation 4, or it was a 13 frame confirm on PC, because those are basically equivalent if you have the right setup. So that right here is just absolutely insane. It doesn't really matter. Either Daigo, like, we can go back and like argue. By the way, we can go back and argue. Well, Daigo confirmed earlier than that. Daigo confirmed before he saw the fears come out. He confirmed on this frame, let's say, right? Maybe he did that. Honestly, maybe he did that. It's okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Even that would be a 15 frame confirm, which would be a 17 frame confirm, which is in line with Karen's crouching medium kick hit confirming into a Tenko, which is difficult, really difficult. So that's absolutely crazy. I don't think that was a guess. Daigo has actually punished a couple of normals earlier, like that. I mean, after that, there are a few situations where he did something similar. He almost had to punish there. And once again, Daigo is out of the corner. Now he's mid-screen, and he's actually trying to stay mid-screen. What the hell was that? No, I want to go back and watch that again.
Fight. Round 1.
What? Where was it? Was it here? Is it here? I don't have a lot of time to check, to be honest. I think this is it. So at 35, right? Yeah, this is it. So we gotta go back. I only have one chance to show this. He blocks the first one, and then right here, this is the frame, right? Actually, let's go back. Like, let's go back and see what the first frame is. What's the first possible frame? This, maybe this one. But that would be insane to react to this animation right here. I kind of don't believe this is the frame he reacted to. But let's just assume this is the one, which would be absolutely crazy, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's just no way. A 14 frame confirm? On a medium punch that I'm barely able to tell that he, like, yeah, actually, Enderwalkers, I kind of agree. I think he probably reacted. The frame that it chose where he reacted to the medium punch was probably not real, because at that point it was unreact. Like, there's no way he was able to differentiate that animation from like the neutral stance. So it probably took him another frame to see that that was a medium punch, right? And then he had 13 frames to react. I don't get what he's doing here. Like, I'm actually confused. Okay. 13 frame reactions. That's crazy.
Round 2. Fight.
No, that's not a sweep OS. There's no way that's a sweep OS. Here's it. There it is again. We're gonna pretend like that's the frame. I mean, Kawano has shown a habit of doing medium punch into mini walk up into another medium punch, right? It's the exact same situation. So maybe Daigo's really expecting that. Maybe this is the frame that he's using because he's so sure there's going to be a medium punch right here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This time it was 16. This time it was 16, so maybe... I mean, the frame that it shows is kind of ridiculous, so honestly, let's go back. Let's go back, but it still confuses me because the frame that he chose in the first round, it didn't seem real. This seems like a frame that you can react to. This seems like the first frame where you can confidently say, okay, I'm recognizing my opponent's doing a move here. You probably won't be able to tell which move. You probably just see, oh, my opponent's doing some kind of move right here. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
What?
So if I choose that one, it's
Is that
14.
for real? I'll definitely watch stream tonight.
But that means that the other one was around 11 or 12 frames. This one was 14. And 14, that would be a 16 frame confirm on a PlayStation 4. Very difficult, but not impossible. But the one earlier, the first round, that seems like crazy. Won't hitbox improve his reaction speed as well? I don't think so. I mean, depends on the controller, but it's... I'm not actually sure about that. How much delay does hitbox have? Are 13 frame confirms really doable like that? Like, I'm second guessing what's happening here, to be honest. It seems kind of nuts. Even on PC, it seems nuts. There it was again, like, take a look at that. There it was again. Medium punch blocked, second medium punch coming out. But this time actually earlier than before. There it was again. He had an opportunity to punish that again, but even Daigo is not going to do that very frequently. Only if the cue is perfect, I think. If the situation and the visual cue is perfect, he's going to go for something crazy like that. That was a really nice punish from Daigo. I like that. The Kulin players get away with stuff like that way too frequently. If you see a Kulin player do this right in your face, don't worry about the projectile. Just worry about Kulin being absolutely vulnerable in this spot. Just punish her and you're good to go. Take a look at that. Daigo had a couple of moments where he could have whiff punished this one, for example, but he didn't go for it because he was expecting something different. I think this is a good example of how you can make reaction speed better just by setting your expectation right. But if you do that, you also miss other opportunities like this one. By the way, I can't believe Daigo's decision making on the techs. Like, this seems kind of nuts to me that he was so confident taking both of these scenarios, and that was dangerous. I feel like any other player would have just taken the throw there. But yeah, Kawano's doing a great job here still. Take a look at that. Take a look at what Kawano tried to do there. He backed off, and he tried to whiff punish that, the back fist. He tried to whiff punish that. He got that earlier with the crouching medium punch. That's not easy to do. Okay, so what is going on here, by the way? Notice how Colleen has CA, and Daigo is being very aware of the fact that he can die if he throws a boom right here. So he threw a boom in a risky spot, and then he tried to bait it out, the CA, with a medium punch. See that? Another medium punch to throw Kawano off. Because he knows, like, he can't throw a lot of booms. If he throws the boom at the wrong time, he's gonna die. And this is how we got into the position where Daigo felt like dashing in instead of throwing a boom to get the control back. He wasn't confident it was gonna work. Yeah, and the walkers, you're 1% right about that. Wave punishing becomes possible if you look for the right stuff.
Meant to put that message here.
But still, it's not easy to do regardless. And 13 frames seems crazy to me. Even if you translate that to PlayStation 4, which would be 15 frame, is absolutely incredible. Electron Baby, my man, thank you so much for my baby. Thanks a lot for the 28 months, appreciate it. That was a really nice punish by Kawano. And notice how Daigo has been like going for really gutsy options on Wake Up, right? And Kawano was still ready to punish here. Like the fact that he's actively changing up his decision making, even though it's just really interesting. It also shows that on high level, you can't just do the same thing over and over again. Even though my opponent has not shown he's gonna flash kick, at some point he will. So it's worth checking. So let's check this out. What is Daigo gonna do? Is he Wake Up throw? 1, 2, 3. On frame 3, he's actually doing a throw. This is so this is actually an early late tech. It's interesting. So if Kawano had done a, this is something that I started doing somewhat recently. If you delay just a tiny bit, then you can throw the opponent if they try to do a delayed attack, but if they go for a meaty, you are still blocking. But it requires like really precise inputs, right? Because you can't be off by 1 or 2 frames. If you're off by that, then it's not gonna work. So that was really good by Daigo. But yeah, Kawano with the right read, Wake Up buttons against the upside down kick. And now Daigo's in a position to die here. And he does. There we go. And this is a situation that we really should be keeping in mind for the future. Daigo was about to get stunned, and Kawano correctly guessed, even though EX Flash Kick was a possibility, immediate attack is going to cause the stun here. And that's it. He died for that. So yeah, let's check what happens in the next match. So at this point, by the way, it's 1-1 in the first set. Even set so far. What a scrub, I would have flash kicked. That's like the #1 scrub quote, right? Oh, I was blocking there. And I would have been right here, so therefore it was a bad decision. Let's take a look at that. That was really interesting. So, Kawano is doing a move that is -4 here, right? Daigo, this is a classic stupid situation that I absolutely hate. So Daigo is pressing a button. Actually, he's not. He's walking. He was walking into a crouching medium kick. Interesting. Unusual. But basically, what Kawano was hoping here is Daigo to whiff a light attack because he's not in range to punish the -4. And then, so after being, even though he's in a -4 situation, he's pressing a medium button. And that medium button is actually designed to whiff punish a jab that Daigo might be doing. I think that's the decision making here. And what ends up happening is Daigo is actually doing a delayed crouching medium kick, which is getting interrupted. There we go. Finally getting that light kick, flash kick to work. And Daigo's still ready with that. Like, it always looks crazy to me when Daigo does that. Like, how ready do you have to be? It's really easy to do that if you're not playing a strong ground game. But the fact that Daigo is doing 13 frame punishes on the ground and he's still anti-airing with a jump forward air throw is crazy to me. Why did Daigo walk if he's gonna press crouching medium kick? Probably because he was thinking Kawano, after being -4, would be holding back. So if Daigo walks up and does a crouching medium kick, he's gonna clip him low. And this is what Daigo's worried about. This is why he's not throwing a lot of booms in these spots. He doesn't want that to happen. But at the same time, he has to do it from time to time. Otherwise, he's gonna lose on the ground. Take a look at that. Like, one whiff punish is all it takes for Colleen to do this. Crazy. Fourth throw. No fear. No fear. Take a look at that. This is how you do it if you're playing against a Guile. Like, on a high level, you can't always cover EX flash kick. If you're covering every single time, then you're not going to be winning because you're not doing any damage. Daigo's really lucky here, by the way. Or, I mean, you could see it the other way as well. Kawano took like a crazy gamble right here. That jump was really bad, like really bad. It's what Daigo needed to make this comeback, and now he can actually do it. So take a look at that. Kawano needed to use a bar just to get out of the corner. And he's still in a bad spot because Daigo has CA. Any move that clips him here can be confirmed into CA. If Daigo lands any fierce, that was a great V-shift. That was a great V-shift. Guess for the game? Tech. I mean, guess for the round. Notice how patient both of these are, by the way. And notice how great this V-shift break was from Kawano. This looks like, right here, it looks like he's in a really bad spot, right? But this boom right here, and take a look at, let's take a look at how quickly Kawano reacted to that, okay? That was crazy. Let's go back, it might even be earlier than that. Let's check. Okay, so this is technically the first frame, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 frames for the V-shift to do. And this is the first possible frame. Potentially he reacted later than that. He might have seen it in a frame 13. Right, could have been, right. So this is just the first possible frame. It's kind of interesting also how Kawano did the V-shift break by holding forward. So he's actually benefiting from the buff that they put in there. He walked into the boom, which is really weird. Why would you want to do that? Oh, it doesn't really matter though. That was a crazy reaction. That was Daigo is very well aware of what was going on here. This is not an easy V reversal, by the way, because you have to quickly realize the situation that is coming up, realize you have the amount of bar, and Daigo just built that. Pay attention. Right here, he does not have V reversal. But Daigo is aware that the next follow-up, the move that he blocked right here gave him V reversal. And he's already ready to realize that he was in a checkmate situation if he doesn't V reversal. That was genius gameplay. Very quick. See that? Like, Kawano was gambling on a V-shift break here again. He thought it was going to trigger, but it didn't. So he wasted a bar. That was really unfortunate. That would have put Kawano in a crazy good spot to win the round. This is like absolute madman gameplay. He walked up and did the reverse Sobat kick to catch him press. It's actually great because if the opponent techs, he's gonna get hit, and if the opponent does the crouching jab, he's gonna get hit as well. It actually covers multiple scenarios, and Daigo's shown, or is gonna show this multiple times throughout the set, and it's really great. It's a great solution. He's teching a lot. I'm really interested in what Daigo's thinking. Daigo's teching a lot, and Kawano is actually getting a lot of mileage out of that. Take a look at the pressure that Kulin can apply, though. Really insane. And as usual, though, let's pay attention here again. Like, how quickly did Daigo? He was put in the corner so early on, and he's just fighting from the corner. He's not jumping forward here. Okay, notice how this is a stark contrast to other players in this spot. A lot of other players would feel like jumping is necessary here, but he just chooses his spot. He's holding down back. He's about to get stunned, and still no jump. He's holding down back and trying to find the good moment. Bam, this is the moment. I wonder what that boom was all about. Like, does anyone understand this right here? Oh, he was probably gambling on the fact that Kawano was gonna quick rise, right? Didn't quick rise, that's really odd. So, Street Fighter, in case you didn't know, this is actually crucial information for those who play charge characters. You can quick rise in Street Fighter 5 by tapping down right when you get on the ground. Tapping down will quick rise. Tapping back will back roll. Down back will also back roll. But this is a problem because you're going to lose charge if you do that, right? So the solution to that is pressing buttons instead. If you press 2 punch buttons in Street Fighter 5, right when you touch the ground, you're going to quick rise. If you press 2 kick buttons, you're going to back roll. So if you back roll, you can back roll with Guile and still have flash kick charged. And this is important if you play a character like that. I'm really like curious what Daigo's thinking here. There's no way like his first thought is to anti-air with medium punch. That seems like something that I do sometimes as well, because I'm looking to pressure with medium punch, and then I realize, oh, my opponent is jumping. What do I do here? And I just do the medium punch, and it just happened to work. And this is really interesting how Daigo is not making a comeback here by like getting crazy openings, right? And then demolishing him with like a strong combo. He's just getting like hits in. Like, take a look at that. Like, take a look at how many like stray hits he's gotten here. This is one, 3 stray hits. That did a lot of damage. And Another Sonic Boom hit. Then the forward heart kick hits. So this is how he got the life lead. This hit right here gave him the life lead. No, nothing crazy, no crazy shenanigans, just controlling the ground properly. And this right here, by the way, that was like dash up. If my opponent tries to do something, jab, jab, crouching medium punch, Sonic Boom, that would have been converted into a CA if Kawano had pressed a button. And take a look at what Daigo's doing after that. Take a look at Daigo's movement. Why is he doing that? Is he teabagging? No, he's trying to make sure Kawano doesn't go through this sequence with his V-Trigger 2. He's trying to make sure reacting to a Sonic Boom is difficult. But Daigo knows any Sonic Boom is dangerous here, so he's not throwing any. See that? This is why, like, Kawano's staying at that range. He can react to any Sonic Boom from that range. This throw whiff, by the way, is a bait for V-Trigger 2. Because it looks like a Sonic Boom animation. Right here, where I actually stopped it, it kind of looks like he's doing a Sonic Boom motion, right? And there it is. The first Sonic Boom was the fastest Sonic Boom. And when did it happen? When Kawano walked into a range where Daigo knows doing, like, reacting with the V-Trigger is impossible on reaction here. So this is the first Sonic Boom that he throws. Kind of crazy though, like take a look at that. Kawano actually had an opportunity to take him there. Was just not expecting that jab to work. So that was it. That would have been it. That would have been the round. The heart punch I'm pretty sure was just a missed input by Daigo. Yeah, take a look at that. I'm pretty sure like he didn't mean to do that. The good thing about Street Fighter is leniency. So what ended up happening is he did a fierce, and the first frame of any attack, you can like is care canceled. So this is frame 1 of the fierce. The second frame gets the fierce attack converted into an EX Sonic Boom. So that's care canceling. And that's it. So it's really interesting how back and forth this entire match is going, with people like with both players just trying to control the space on the ground in a really interesting fashion. And sometimes it just works great, and other times it just doesn't. Like when Daigo like got so many hits in, and Kawano wasn't able to get anything, but then after that sequence, he was able to bring it back in the same fashion, just by playing the ground game. And this is why Daigo is careful about the Sonic Boom. He didn't want that to happen. Once again, Daigo is on the ground. This is the first jump out situation that I've had, that we've seen, and it's actually interesting how Daigo set it up in a smart way, but Kawano was still able to react. And take a look at why I say that. Daigo chose right here. This is a typical jump situation right here. But instead of jumping, take a look at what Daigo is doing. Daigo is walking forward and then doing a crouching light punch. Then doing the upside down kick. And then walking forward again after getting hit by that crouching medium kick. Very, very gutsy. And this is supposed to teach Kawano, hey, I'm not jumping, I'm gonna fight my way out of the corner by walking forward from time to time. This is supposed to give Kawano the idea to press more buttons on the ground. And this actually is set up. This is why I'm so impressed. He's setting the situation up for Kawano to press a fierce attack right here. That's the gamble of Daigo, right? But Kawano is actually ready for that, and he's walking backwards to put himself in a position to anti-air him instead. Very high level play. And pay attention to how Daigo right here is just throwing booms like a madman. Why is he doing that? Is it because he's just a noob spammer? Yes, it's exactly because of that. I love some casual comments on, oh, Daigo's just spamming sonic booms. The reason why he's spamming sonic booms is because all of those sonic booms are safe to do. In order for Kawano to gain an advantage in this spot, he would have to jump. He would have to jump. And Daigo has already taught Kawano that jumping is a bad idea against him. So in his mind, okay, the only way Kawano is going to do something about this is by taking a risk, which he's not going to do right here because he has a life lead. And Daigo is right. Kawano has a life lead, there's no good reason to jump here. So if he's gonna jump, he's daring him to jump in this spot where he should have the advantage. That was a crazy hit confirm, by the way. That's counter hit only, right? That has to be counter hit only. Take a look at that. When Daigo recognized the crouching medium kick was a counter hit, he was still in range for a jab into a flash kick. That's how you know, like, this is a character specialist, you know? And once again, those gutsy throws, absolutely crazy. So yeah, Daigo once again needs to be careful with the sonic boom, so he's gonna slow down on the booms right here. That was absolutely insane. Take a look at that. Take a look at the sequence. He throws he does a throw right here to bait a V-Trigger 2, which does not happen. So now he does a sonic boom right after that. Kawano happened to do a projectile himself, and Daigo is ready in this spot. And he's reacting with the sweep. Really high level from Daigo. And that's before the projectile spawns, so it doesn't actually happen at all. And now Daigo has a life lead in a round that didn't look so good earlier. And notice how Kawano, because of that, like, take a look at this entire situation, okay? Like, right here, they're almost at the same level, but Kawano has the V-Trigger, so it should actually be Kawano's turn to do the damage here. But he's not doing the damage, because Daigo's ground game is just too strong here. It's crazy. This is really high level. And this is why, by the way, this is why Kawano right here abandons the game plan. He's abandoning the idea to just stick back and react to a sonic boom and then get in. He's like, no, this is not working out. I'm gonna go in. Right here, take a look at how aggressive. He dashes in right here. And he dashes in again right after that because he doesn't want to stay away. He's like, I'm gonna go in because if I'm not close, I'm losing this. It's actually interesting. Like, take a look at what Kawano was going for. He's going for a jab into a throw, right? And then he's going for the same thing again. And this is something really unfortunate in Street Fighter 5, or really any Street Fighter. If you do a tick throw setup, and you happen to hit your opponent with the initial jab that you're doing, then it's going to mess up your throw timing, because now your opponent is in hit stun, and because of that, your opponent can't get thrown. And then you get punished for your tick throw setup. So you have to choose between, okay, I'm going to do a normal and then leave a gap into a throw, so that's where you can get interrupted. Or you're like, okay, my opponent's going to block that jab 100%, and I'm not going to leave a gap into a throw. So you have to pick your poison here, what you want to go for. And Kawano was guessing Daigo was going to block that jab. And because he didn't block it, his setup got screwed up. And that's why this sequence is happening as a punish. Major punish just because. It's also interesting. Daigo is going for an interesting throw here. Oh. I wonder, like, he could have converted a little bit more, right? Maybe he was thinking that throw is gonna kill. Daigo's super worried, like you can tell. He's not willing to build the bar. He only had to build half a bar in order to get a chip set up, right? But he's not confident at all. He's like, okay, I'm gonna have to kill him now, otherwise I might die. And he's right. I was right about that. 2-1 for Kawano. He should have built meter, what a noob. Even if he had built meter, Kawano still had V reversal as an option. And the V reversal of Colleen actually dodges the Sonic Hurricane, so I get it. It was not worth building the bar there for multiple reasons. Very nice conversion. Even Kawano, like, take a look at that. So, that's normally a +3 situation. Is her light kick 3 frames? I don't actually know for sure, but it was probably a counter hit confirm. And there we go. This is like throughout the first 3 games, Kawano didn't get a single jump on a Sonic Boom like that. That was the first time he got it, which should really give you an understanding of how difficult it is for players to find the right moment to jump in on Daigo. Jedi Sean, good to see you. Let's take a look at that again. See that? Daigo's like Daigo's really paying attention, and you can tell that he's paying attention. In Street Fighter V, one of the most difficult things is to react or do the right things when your opponent like does a dash, for example. If your opponent has a fast dash, like dealing with that in a non-defensive way, because the only way normally players deal with this is by late teching. But Daigo instead is going for an offensive option right here. This is really difficult and very nice to see. It confirmed that, and now he has the advantage. Just because Kawano chose to dash there. Like, Kawano gave him just a tiny opening, and he capitalizes on this in such an impressive way. And if you're asking yourself, okay, what's the difference between like this crazy Guile that I play in Grandmaster and Daigo? These are the differences, okay? Like the subtle differences that's the difference between someone who's top 32 at EVO and who's winning EVO. Or top 64, let's say, because top 64 at EVO, those are crazy players, great players. But this is where you can make like a subtle difference, or that. Take a look at that shit. Like, this is unbelievable. Let's count frames on that again. I just don't believe what I just saw again. Like, take a look at that, by the way. There's actually a lot of subtle stuff that is happening here. Kawano is walking into a range to do a fierce attack. Daigo is realizing what's going on, so he goes from down back to back. This is the first frame where he stands up to walk backwards, right? So he's like, okay, I'm walking backwards right now. If I see a move right here, I'm gonna whiff punish it with a sweep. That's what's going on. And this is the move. I wonder if, like, there's no way Daigo's reacting to this frame, though. Is it? Maybe this is the frame. I'd say this is a reasonable frame because the sound cue also happened right here, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frames. I guess I'm wrong because he must have used an earlier frame. What's the first possible frame Daigo could have reacted here? This is the frame, okay? But this is an absurd frame to react to. Okay, but okay, first frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. If he reacts to the very, very first frame, which I think is not humanly possible, he has a 16 frame reaction window, which is absolutely crazy. But if we assume he reacted to the 4th frame, that means he had 12 frames to react and the walkers. Even on PlayStation 4, that would translate to a 14 frame confirm. And I don't know anyone who can do that. Phenom can't do 14 frame confirms. And he's considered a god at that. What's the average person's reaction time in frames? It's difficult to answer the question because reaction speed is dependent on a lot of different things. The average person's reaction speed to a visual cue, I don't even know what it is, but you can't compare this situation right here to, okay, you're watching a green screen and as soon as it turns red, you press a button. That's not comparable because the one situation is much simpler than the other. And reaction times are considered in Street Fighter. Here's the thing. In Street Fighter, something like Karen's crouching medium kick into a just frame Tenko is only doable by top players. Okay? If you're seeing someone hit confirm a crouching medium kick into a just frame Tenko, that's a high level technique. Okay? And that technique, and that hit confirm is 17 frames. We're talking about a 17 frame confirm right there. And what Daigo just did was a 14 frame confirm. And I just don't, okay, like 16 frame if he reacted somehow to the first possible frame, which I don't believe. It doesn't seem likely. He must have reacted to the second or third frame. So that's like a 13 frame confirm or something like that. Something absolutely absurd. And I'm confused by that. Oh, by the way, just in case you just tuned in, the reason why I'm translating the confirm a little bit, like if it's a 13 frame confirm on PC, that's around a 15 frame confirm on PlayStation 4, okay? If you're playing on PC, it's much easier to react. But still, that's like, even what Daigo is doing, even if you add 2 frames, just to give him the PC leniency, basically, it still seems inhuman to me. You just need to press in the 3rd frame to get a just frame Tenko. Yeah, but the hit confirm, that's the difficult part, not doing a just frame Tenko. I was obviously talking about hit confirming. You have 17 frames to hit confirm there, and that's considered very difficult. I wonder, did he try to do that again? No, he didn't do a sweep right there. Interesting. Daigo is such a machine, and I don't understand what he's doing to do that. Like, seriously, if we ever have, like, I don't know, at some point, I want to, like, I'm gonna say something controversial here. I want to see drug tests at CPT events at some point. Because I feel like what I'm seeing sometimes just doesn't make any sense with all of the knowledge that I have. What I'm seeing right now from Daigo in terms of reaction speed does not seem to make any sense. Very nice reaction by Daigo. Notice how this is the very first flash kick anti-air that Daigo is doing. Because before that, he was trying to make sure he doesn't get baited with the double jump, right? So this was the very first flash kick anti-air. And here's another like interesting technique. Take a look at that. Where he does the Sobat kick to catch him either pressing a button or teching. Nothing happened here. So he does a fierce, and then he hit confirms that, which is also really difficult, by the way.
Easy ablation. Round 2. Fight.
It's so funny to see Daigo like repeatedly press down so super quickly. Or back. Is it down back maybe? So here we go. Kawano, another chance right here. It's kind of funny, like, take a look at that. Daigo did one jab right here. And that single jab really diffused the entire situation for Daigo. Daigo's secret was towel on head, cheating somehow, okay? We don't know what was under that towel, right? Daigo's not been guessing. No. For the people who are arguing, no, Daigo's just guessing there. I just don't think that's the case. Because if he was guessing in that spot, then why is he not whiffing a single time? He's not whiffing sweeps like a madman. Every single sweep that he did was done perfectly. You just don't guess right that frequently. It's also on the very edge of reactability. So that's what makes me second guess the entire situation. But yeah, Kawano, like, I really gotta give some props to Kawano. The fact that he's hanging in there in such an impressive way, and that he's not... This is another trait of a top player. Even if your opponent is doing absurd stuff, you have to respect your opponent for it, but don't, like, start acting like you're the underdog. If you start acting like you're the underdog, then that's going to influence your decision making. You can't have that happen, because that's basically where you lose. Is Twitch chat arguing that Daigo is guessing in the spot? I'm really curious to know what people really think about this. I know for a fact that the stuff that Daigo is doing, I mean, it's debatable which frame Daigo is using to react, right? So let's say he's really looking for a fierce attack, so he's able to react to the first or second frame. Then it's within reactability, for sure. It's difficult, but it's within reactability. It's just still absurd. But the people who are saying, well, Daigo's just guessing, well, how is he guessing 1% right every single time? And if he's just guessing, why is he waiting until the very end, or why is he waiting until the edge of reactability to do that? It doesn't seem like it should be a thing. So I think he's just reacting. But how is that a thing? Why? Why is he able to react like that? And by the way, let's go back to that sequence. I wasn't really paying attention, but once again, like, take a look at that. Like the Daigo absurd air throw. Like this kind of shit is just amazing. I think that's the first upside down kick on Wake Up that worked, and Kawano is paying big time for it. Once again, the medium punches are being thrown out because he wants the V-Trigger 2 to be spent carelessly. Kawano has the balls to just walk into Daigo's face here. Take a look at that. He's just walking into a shimmy. What? And Daigo realized, like, that boom was gonna combo into sweep. Absolutely amazing. Daigo's not taking a single risk here, and he keeps control of everything. And bam, upside down kick, guess for the game. Maybe he reacts to audio, not visual. Even then, it's absolutely insane. I don't want to say there's drug use for sure, right? I think there is drug use. I'm not saying Daigo's using drugs right here. I do believe within the FGC, there's probably drugs being used for high-level play, but not sure if Daigo is one of those players that actually does it. But man, the reaction speed is crazy. It's the Red Bull.
Round one.
Okay, so at this point, by the way, in case you haven't kept score, it's 2-2. So whoever wins this, Daigo's winner's side Kawano loser side grand finals. Did Kawano hit confirm that? I want to see that. Did Kawano hit confirm that? Okay, so heavy punch. He must have realized Daigo is in range for this, right? Okay, so this is the frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 frame confirm right here. That translates to a 16 frame confirm on PlayStation 4, which is not impossible, but on the very edge. This is more difficult. What Kawano just did is more difficult than a crouching medium kick hit confirm into a just frame Tenko. This is really difficult. BBC Warrior, good to see you. Hurricane watches my stream even though he trash talks me on Twitter. Does he? I don't think he does that frequently. I mean, I talk a lot of nonsense, so I gotta have people challenge me on it, right? Okay, so 16 frame confirm, or 16 frame confirm on PlayStation 4. And by the way, like I really have to say this. This is right here. I mean, while we're at it, I mean, since Hurricane is being brought up, I have no idea how Hurricane is playing the game on a PlayStation 4 or 5 and getting competitive results. Because as far as I can tell, every competitive player has switched to PC specifically to be able to do stuff like that, what you're seeing right here. Those insane 13 or 14 frame confirms, you don't see those on PlayStation 4 because they're not possible. And the Walkers is going to argue differently, but he misses a lot of those confirms. So no, trust me when I tell you, no player on PlayStation 4 is doing 13 frame confirms. Just don't try to sell that to me, okay? On PC, yeah. See, but that was a crazy good buffer. Like, Colleen is so good with that. Just do that, buffer that shit, and you're good to go. Is everyone on console guessing? No. I mean, yeah, if you have a 13 frame confirm, then you're just guessing. But I mean, like, show me a player on PlayStation 4 that is doing a 13 frame confirm on training stage, on training mode consistently without cheating. Like, you can achieve, like, you can make certain visual cues easy. But no, I mean, in a real situation, when it comes to a real game, that's the scenario that I'm talking about. Okay, there it was again. Take a look at that. Doesn't Punk do that in tournament? What does Punk do in tournament? Just frame Tenkos? He's known for that, right? That's a 17 frame confirm, so it's possible. And even Punk, by the way, and even Punk gets tricked into bad confirms from a 17 frame confirm. You're telling me there are players that are able to do 13 frames when Punk can't, or when Punk clearly has trouble getting 17 frame confirms every time. I mean, Punk is one of the most consistent players when it comes to that, and that's what he's known for, right? He's known for converting so frequently from a crouching from a crouching medium kick into a Tenko. But that's a 17 frame confirm. Let's take a look at that again. Bam, sweet. Let's take a look at how many frames that was again. So he blocks that. And let's say Daigo once again miraculously is reacting to this animation right here. I don't think this is the frame that he's reacting to. It can't be the frame, right? I mean, here's the audio cue. Let's say this is the frame. Here's the audio cue. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He can't do it with the audio cue. He only has 11 frames here. Okay, so let's say he's doing it on this frame. the most absurd frame ever. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 frames if he's using the very first frame, which I think is not possible. I would love to know which frame is Daigo reacting to. I don't think you can react to the first frame. Great V-shift break once again. This right here, like this was impossible to punish before, but if you have corner control and Guile does not do a tight string into a sonic boom, he can get punished really hard. All of a sudden, this is a bad spot for Daigo. I feel like not a lot of players are using V-shift break in this scenario. PRVK, obviously he's doing that. He's not reacting to any given attack. He's reacting to the fact that there is an attack. I'm saying that I don't think that Daigo is able to recognize that any attack is coming on the first frame of the Fierce, because it's not obvious enough. So that's something that confuses me a bit. Daigo, Yosan, Fudo, who's Yosan? All use macros there. Has been talk about it in Japan. As a Karen player, I use macro for instant Tenko. First of all, that's simply wrong because you're not allowed to use macros. If all the top players were using macros, then they would have been exposed by now. But using macros doesn't even help you here. The difficult part is not the input. The difficult part is the timing. What I find interesting is that how consistently Daigo has been doing this throughout the set. This is why I'm going to focus on it. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. So it is possible for Daigo to get baited here. See that? Okay, so here's exactly... So this is some kind of confirmation that Daigo is looking for any animation here, which is still extremely crazy for him to be able to do. But take a look at that. Here he blocks a medium punch. Okay, so right here he's expecting Kawano to whiff a button, right? So let's count the frames here. So this is the first frame. Okay, light kick. Second, third. Is this really... I think he's able... Maybe he's able to react to this frame right here. He's like, okay, he's gonna whiff a button right here, okay? Okay, so let's say this is the first one. It's technically the third one, but I think this is a reasonable frame to understand Kawano pressed a button, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. What? Oh, it's not the situation. My bad. No, it is. No. Daigo did not do anything for that light kick. Daigo did the sweep because he was expecting to be in range to pop V-trigger. Now I can see the input as well. He did sweep into V-trigger because he thought he was going to be able to get an on-block hit. He didn't try to react to the light kick, which is even crazier then, right? Because it means he recognized a light kick was coming and there was no whiff punish here for him. That's even more crazy then. He fucked up the distance a little bit, but other than that, his decision making was fine. I'm truly confused about Daigo here. How has he not been wrong a single time?
Round 2. Fight.
Wow, that was so lucky for Daigo. That jump in, crazy. And there it was. So Daigo tried to whiff punish here. Okay, let's say this is the first frame that Daigo reacted to. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow, 18. He actually took his time on this one. And he was actually off by 1 frame only. He was off by a single frame. Yeah, when I say he took his time, that's still inhuman reaction speed to others. But to Daigo, this was bad. And he was only late by 1 frame. He almost got it. But this suggests that he is truly reacting. He's not just throwing it out because he's thinking something is coming. He's reacting to a difference between a light kick and a medium and heavy attack. See that? This was the situation once again. Here, Daigo not only, even though he's in a -4 situation, Daigo knows he can't just do a crouching medium kick here. In order to guarantee the attack to work, he has to walk up slightly and then do the crouching medium kick. Once again, that's a great V-shift break that we saw earlier. Amazing. A very rare jump. Take a look at that. Super rare jump from Daigo, right? But this is really confusing though. Like, take a look at that. Normally, when you do a medium punch right here, you're reacting to whether or not you're hitting your opponent, right? And then you want to do a crouching medium kick into a flash kick. Daigo does a medium punch here and immediately abandons the crouching state for the charge to jump immediately as soon as possible. What a god. Like, that's like the most unlikely thing for him to do in this spot. So yeah, that's why Kawano was not ready. Like, he was looking for something else entirely. Wait, why is he not using crouching medium kick instead of hard kick? They have the same startup. Because crouching medium kick does not have a good benefit compared to sweep. He spaces him so he can jump on him. Yeah, the medium punch sets up the spacing properly as well. It's still unusual because I wonder if Daigo would have abandoned the hit right there. Would he have reacted to that? Super curious about that. It has less risk. Yeah, but it has less reward as well, so it's a sacrifice that you're doing. If you're godlike and you hit the sweep most of the time, the sweep is just going to give you better results. It's an optimization. I mean, PRVK, and it's honestly a great question to ask. The answer is literally, Daigo wants to do that because he wants to have the highest chance possible of winning. And he feels like he has to do that in order to win. It's the same question when you compare, okay, if you're doing evil Ryu combos in Street Fighter 4, why would you go for the 1-frame link all the time when you can go for the 2-frame link combos and get similar results? Like, after the axe kick, you can choose between a crouching medium punch, which is 1 frame, or a jab, or like a crouching light punch, which is a 2-frame link. And there are players who do the crouching light punch, but Daigo consistently did the crouching medium punch. Why? Because it was important for Daigo to be optimal in that spot. He didn't feel like he had the leverage to let that tiny bit of damage go. And he's right. That's how tight competitive play is. I mean, by the way, we have great examples of players like Alex Valle, who valued the consistency aspect and went for 2-frame links way more frequently with Ryu. But he was never considered on the level of Daigo in Street Fighter 4 when it comes to Ryu. And that's the difference. Those are the subtle differences. Like, just to be clear, Alex Valle is amazing at Street Fighter 4, especially with Ryu. But Daigo was another beast. Like, Daigo won Evo twice with Ryu, right? fact that Daigo is so ready for that, like, it really shows you, like, the amount of, like, Daigo is cornered here, and he's just chilling. He's like, I'm sitting here comfortably, Kawano. Like, the fact that you can have corner control and feel pressured into jumping on Daigo, that's something that absolutely amazes me. Daigo is getting a flash kick into a CA while being cornered. Like, you gotta think about the situation here.
Easy operation. Final round.
Yeah, Tokido not in top 16. Wonder what happened. And by the way, one thing that I really want to be clear about, this is loser side Kawano right now versus winner side grand finals 2-2. This is the final round for the set, right? And Kawano is being absolutely, like, in such a weird way, he's being mind effed by the decision making of Daigo. And he's still here, and he's still doing everything that he needs to do in order to take a win here, right? He's not flustered at all. He's just doing his thing. And even after all of these situations, like, take a look at that. He's taking all of this damage. Daigo is in such a comfortable spot, and yet Kawano is still able to turn it around. He's not giving up. Most other players at this point would just feel mentally exhausted. That's absolutely insane, by the way. Like, take a look at that. I wonder, like, how close was this? Only a couple of frames. He almost got a whiff punish. I think, like, the Daigo was baiting him here. I mean, I don't even think Daigo was baiting him here. Take a look at that. I think Kawano truly thought a Sonic Boom was coming. Or maybe not. Maybe he really tried to whiff punish that. How many frames did he take to whiff punish? Let's take a look at that. Now I want to count again. Yeah, this looks incredibly tight. Okay, so this was the first frame. Okay? Let's just pretend like that's the frame he chose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ah, it's actually kind of late. So maybe he did practice to punish this, but he was simply too late on this one. This could have been a real strategy by Kawano. I know that Kawano was gonna win this, I just don't see how. Like, everything went wrong here. Everything went wrong. By the way, this is such a fucked up situation, we gotta talk about this. So, Daigo was in a +6 situation right here, right? And he was like, okay, I'm gonna punish Kawano for, I mean, he didn't really want to punish it. I mean, that's a 7-frame move, right? So it doesn't quite punish because of the distance, right? And Kawano walks backwards just slightly to make sure that must have been like perfect. That looked like the crouching medium kick was gonna work, but Kawano had like excellent spacing on that. I almost can't believe that worked. And Kawano whiff punished the crouching medium kick attempt there. Like, what a god. Now take a look at that. He takes this to the corner, like after that combo right here. He takes him to the corner. Keep in mind, EX flash kick right here would have sealed the deal for Daigo, right? And Kawano is doing a forward throw here. He's like, okay, he's not flash kicking. There's no way he's gonna flash kick here. And then he dashes up, like this was super greedy. And he's like, dash up into a delayed attack, and he got him. Oh wait, he's not even done yet, right? You can't kill here. And he goes for another fourth throw. And by the way, I want to talk a little bit about this fourth throw right here because of how amazing it is. This is a strategy that I like to apply as well. Like, take a look at what Kawano does right here. He's doing a light kick right here. What is this light kick designed to do? It has two purposes. Number one, it helps time your throw, but it also implies to your opponent that you're aware of an EX flash kick. So basically, what you can do in order to bait out EX DPs is you whiff a button right in front of their face right when they get up. So it gives them the idea that an EX flash kick is going to work in this spot. So Kawano is baiting the EX flash kick, but he knows Daigo's not going to take that bait. Daigo is too smart. Daigo is too smart to take that bait. So he knows the forward throw is actually going to work here. It's actually kind of amazing how Kawano is so convinced the EX flash kick is not happening. It's a frame kill, but it's not just a frame kill. It's a tricky situation. Like, normally, I like to do that with a medium punch, for example. Sometimes, against ISDD, I actually did it as well. So, against ISDD in our first to 10 set, there was a moment where I whiffed a medium punch, and then right after that, EX flash kick happened, and I was blocking. So it's a visual trigger for the opponent to be more confident about EXDP. And Kawano was still ready to just, okay, Daigo's not going to take that visual cue. Yeah, it's basically a fake medium, right? So yeah, that was set number 1 so far. Okay, set number 2 is going to be a lot quicker, and I don't want to, like, at this point I think we figured out what mostly happened. But there are a few really interesting situations that are still happening. Sometimes my controller dies mid-match. Yeah, that's bad. That's true. That, like, you gotta make sure that does not happen. Anyways, this is the second set. Daigo's in loser's bracket now. So yeah, let's check this out. I want to go a little bit quicker now, because we've seen most of the subtle situations that occurred. This is interesting. Like, I'm not sure if this was an input error. Probably not. I think Kawano was actually going for a gutsy read right here, but Daigo was not like taking the bait. But what's really interesting is he didn't take the crush counter here as well. He was not ready for that, so he just did a crouching medium kick. Oh, that was really interesting. Kawano dropped this in a weird way, and Daigo didn't punish either, so that was kind of sloppy from both of them. That's the first time I think I saw something that could be considered sloppy gameplay. And once again, Daigo is okay with Kawano jumping there. The worst case scenario is for him to jump right there, but it doesn't lead into a punish, so that's okay. And now he's cornered. That's not so much okay, but we'll see it. We'll see how Daigo handles the situation. As usual, he's just staying there. And take a look at what happened. Take a look at what happened here. Daigo is medium punching because he's baiting him because the V-shift break earlier, right? And he actually successfully makes Kawano whiff a V-shift because of that. Let's take a look at that. That seemed kind of fast as well. Was Kawano just doing that as a read? Because it didn't look like he was able to react in time to the medium punch. Okay, this is the first frame, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, he did react. He actually reacted to the medium punch with a V-shift. And he thought a sonic boom was coming. Crazy. Kawano absolutely godlike with those whiff punishes as well. And then into the reset, the throw once again. Also really interesting because Daigo is clearly trying to... yeah, they're trying to react to the initial frame of a move, which is absolutely crazy. I have no idea how that's possible. And somebody has said it's reasonable to assume that he doesn't. They're not reacting to the initial frames. They're taking 2, 3, or 4 frames to react to that. So this 15 frame confirm could have been like a 13 frame confirm, which if you add 2 frames, that's a 15 frame confirm on a PlayStation 4. But on PC, it's a 13 frame confirm. So that's where you see the crazy difference between what's possible on PC and what's possible on the PlayStation 4. I think if anything, this set is gonna teach us exactly that. Like, the set would have been different if it was played on PlayStation 4. There's really nothing else you can say about that. And Daigo's still ready for this ridiculous air throw. Kind of sad though, because once again he missed the flash kick. And once again the air throw was there. Bam, upside down kick. Like, Daigo's response to the super dominant round of Kawano is crazy. Like, take a look at that. Everything is working. Bam. That's absolutely crazy. Shadow, my man, thank you so much for the 2 months. Very much appreciated. Sub hype in chat.
Fight.
Like, this clutch ground game that they're both doing. And this is, by the way, this is why you see other players go down so easily when they're playing Daigo, or the other way around. Because these players are so efficient at punishing even the tiniest mistakes. It's just ridiculous, right? You're not allowed to do anything wrong against these players. And I think that's like the beauty of competitive play, right? That's what we want to see. That's why we're benefiting as a viewer when watching this. It's just a showcase of the highest skill level. And once again, Kawano in a super comfortable spot here. And this is the magic throw. This is the 2000 IQ throw, okay? Like, take a look at this. This is a situation where Kawano can throw him, and Daigo's gonna die, right? Daigo quick rises, then he walks forward. Like, no, I gotta count the frames, how many frames he's actually walking forward, because this seems kind of insane. This is the first frame he can walk. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 frames he's just holding forward while he's in a position to get stunned if Kawano presses any button, okay? Like, that's a read, okay? If you've ever seen a read, that's the read, okay? That is insane. I don't think I've ever seen something this gutsy. And Alex, I've also very rarely seen such a gutsy sub to the channel. Thanks a lot for 6 months in advance. I really hope I'm going to be streaming for another 6 months. Just kidding, I will definitely do that, but very much appreciated. Thank you so much for your crazy support with that. Thanks a lot, dude. Anyways, let's see what happens after that. Like, that's how, like, and this is what surprises me, by the way. The fact that Daigo has been pulling off some of this stuff, I mean, not as insane as this, but a couple of situations where I'm like, what? And Kawano is just not phased. Like, he's just taking this read, and he's just playing his gameplay. Like he's not impressed. And you can tell, like, take a look at that. After that, Kawano is walking forward the same fashion. I mean, he's running into, like the entire advantage that Daigo pulled off by doing that was denied by Kawano essentially doing the same thing. Walking forward like a madman, no fear, and then pressing a fierce attack here, okay? And then, I mean, he's getting clipped right here, which was really important. But it really shows that Kawano's response to what Daigo did is to just not panic. Like, it's fine. Basically, it's fine. I'm just gonna play my game and I'm gonna win. I can win. Even against a player that does that, it doesn't matter. That's the mindset that you really need. And Kawano is in excellent shape here to take the first game. This was, by the way, like one of the smartest jumps that I've seen ever. Because this jump right here leads to an air reset. Like, it leads to a juggle situation, but he knows Kawano won't be able to juggle from there. So what happens is, he basically doesn't have to take the mix-up. He just takes the ice, and now Kawano doesn't get the mix-up. And that's worth it. See that? This is perfectly reasonable for Daigo to do. It's just not something that I think about. I never think, oh, I'm just gonna jump on this ice in order to avoid him, like, in order to deny him the mix-up. Wow, I forgot what happened here. Like, take a look at this. That's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Like, the fact that Daigo... I just don't believe what happened here. Like, he just puts himself, like, Kawano put him in a guessing situation. And in the guessing situation, for throw or shimmy, Daigo walks up to throw him. You know what I want to see? Is this throw gonna beat shimmy and throw? Now I'm really curious.
Hi chat. Back to work.
Yo, Jay Woods, thanks a lot for the 1,000 bits, dude. You guys are absolutely crazy, by the way, with all of this support. I just really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. The Ume throw. I want to see though. Like, take a look at this. So here he does a light kick, right? This would have been the first frame for Kawano to do a throw, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the throw would have been active right here if he had gone for 1. And now you have a 7-frame window, right? To tech. So this would be frame 1 of the throw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Daigo was not just guessing shimmy or throw, he was giving up on the throw entirely. Okay? Daigo, this throw that he did would not have worked as a tech attempt if Kawano went for the throw. Daigo gave him a free throw here. And he was so confident the shimmy was coming that he just gave up on that entirely. Just walked forward and threw him. Crazy. It's Alda! Sub hype to my wife, 74 months. And of course Kawano does not tech here. He's not at all thinking about this. And then back throw. Because upside down kick read, right? I just can't believe the decision making that led to this victory for Daigo. It seemed like he was out of it, but then some magic throws led him to this victory. Crazy. So that's 1-0 for the second set. I know this is like an incredibly lengthy analysis, but it's really necessary to do the set justice. I'm never sure whether I should just not go as in-depth about these situations, but I think there's some value to that, so sorry for those who are expecting, like, I don't know, 15-minute analysis on the most important things, but I think I'm gonna be fine with offering the most in-depth analysis. Yo, Briar, thanks for the 500 bits. Appreciate it, my man. What's really interesting here, take a look at that. Daigo chooses to do double sonic boom, and then he gets thrown, and then he doesn't quick rise. I think that's actually a mistake. If you take a look at his input sequence, he's doing medium punch into medium fierce, right? So I think he's trying to quick rise and somehow he failed. I don't know how, with the amount of inputs he spammed. And by the way, also take a look at the amount of normals that Daigo presses here, like the variety that he's showing in his options. Okay, like just take a look at that. Here he does a medium, a light kick, right? Crouching light kick. Then he does a standing light punch, then a sonic boom, air throw, medium punch, light punch, crouching medium punch, sonic boom, jab jab, another sonic boom, and then the boot, the back. It's the back hard kick, right? So Guile is considered like a super simple character, but even then, you have to show your opponent variety in your approaches, because if you don't do that, a player like Kawano is just going to adapt to the few buttons that you're using, and he's going to figure out a solution. But if you keep changing up the buttons and options that you choose, it's a lot more difficult to adapt to. And that's like a crucial skill that you have to have. There was a crouching medium kick, so don't do the same thing over and over again. That's basically the gist of it. This was really unfortunate. Daigo almost had the sweep conversion, was just not in range. But yeah, Kawano not phased. He's just doing his thing. He's like, oh, I have Colleen. I'm gonna win here. By the way, one thing, like for those who watched my ISDD set, I remember Veggie, for example, commenting frequently on the fact that I only punished the sweep attempts by ISDD with a fireball, and he's like, there's a better way to do this. And I really have to, like, I'm happy Kawano is not punishing this, because from my experience, it's incredibly difficult to punish this without getting clipped by the second attack if you're in range. So I'm actually kind of happy Kawano is not even attempting a punish on this, which also kind of shows me, okay, maybe my fireball punish that I keep doing is fine. Going for like a crazy punish on the second attack, maybe a parry on the second sweep attack, I don't know, seems kind of risky. Maybe I'll show that in the third set at Capcom Fighters at some point. I should practice that. What's really impressive, take a look at that. Daigo has, like, Kawano has life lead and everything, right? And Daigo, once again, he's in the corner. But he's getting out of the corner just by, like, taking his space back. Not by jumping. He's carefully showing dominance on the ground to take that space back. And by the way, all of this is happening because Kawano is trying to do a CA through a sonic boom here. Okay? And for those who like, this is like a common strategy, right? But this is where you can see why a strategy like that can backfire. If you're looking for one thing and one thing only, the rest of your gameplay suffers from it. Kawano's ground game is weak because he has to put so much focus on reacting to a sonic boom right now. And this is what's giving Daigo the opportunity to take the ground game back. I have to study for my exam tomorrow, but I'm here learning video games. Yeah, see that? You're learning something, at least, right? Damn, I'm so glad I'm not at university anymore. I know how it feels, Kusanagi. That was really amazing. Take a look at that. That medium punch that he did, that was actually just a bait. That was a coincidence. Maybe Daigo could have converted with the V-trigger activation in some fashion. Not sure about that, but Daigo was just trying to bait Kawano here into a bad CA, but he happened to run into it. And then the sonic boom happened. And yeah, that's basically it, right? We're gonna die here. Yeah, that's it.
Round 2. Fight.
Hey Jimmy, Haven't caught a stream in a while cause I got a job and work during streams but still watching on LOL.
Coin slot. Thanks a lot for the bits. I have not been streaming a lot the last 2 weeks, and next 2 weeks, same story, so I haven't missed a whole lot. YouTube content is on hold as well, or at least a little bit on hold. There is a lot of stuff going on at the moment, so yeah. If you're watching mostly on YouTube, more YouTube content coming soonish, okay? But please be a bit patient with me. But yeah, thanks for the support, dude. So yeah, let's take a look at this. 1-0 for Daigo so far in the set, by the way. I'm not sure why Daigo is dashing in there. I have to think that he was committed to that dash, and he didn't do it on a reaction to the jump, because it didn't make any sense. He could have gone more by jumping forward into an air throw, which he did before, right? And pay attention to this jumping timing, okay? Kawano has frequently shown after a medium punch, he's gonna throw out a second button, right? Whether that's fierce or crouching medium kick. Daigo is trying to make use of that by jumping right here to catch him pressing that button. But once again, Kawano has... Like, I have no idea how Kawano is so good at guessing when Daigo is jumping. Kawano has been so good at that. And see that? There it is. This is the back jump into air throw that we were talking earlier about, where Kawano missed that earlier, right? But here he got it. And this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Like super impressive stuff. Like, take a look at that. Daigo does this, and I'm pretty sure this is the frame he might be reacting to, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 confirm. He sees the back fist. Bam, punish. And that was another excellent confirm. Like, take a look at this pressure. Like, he sees the counter hit on the jab and he converts into a medium punch. Crazy. Wow, he couldn't kill. He couldn't kill there. I actually can't believe. Did Daigo get away here? I feel like this entire sequence might not have been optimal. No, but he couldn't do anything about that. He had to. There was nothing he could have done there, right? And bam, EX flash kick. Take a look at how non-greedy Daigo's options here are. He's going for immediate attack. He knows that any jab is going to kill him, so Kawano is likely trying to get a jab in there somehow. I just can't believe what Daigo just did there. Take a look at that. Double shimmy, and on the second try, he went for another EX flash kick, and somehow it worked. And this is absolutely godlike, once again. Daigo knows the jab is happening. Daigo knows it's only a matter of time until Kawano tries to close out the round with a jab. And Daigo is ready with the Sobat kick. That's crazy. So that's 2-0. On Nephew's review, he said he got away there. Colleen could have killed. Maybe it was not optimal. I'm not like a Colleen expert. But then you have to assume that, like, in hindsight, it's always easy to say, oh, if he had done a different combo, it would have killed. But maybe in Kawano's mind, he was like, okay, the stun is gonna happen on the air throw, and then he could have probably killed, right? Because he missed that air throw conversion when the stun happened. So you can't always be super optimal about your. You have to guess. I think that was probably the difference right there. Like, when does the stun happen? And Kawano was probably going for the stun on the air throw, which did not happen. But yeah, technically a mistake, I guess, yeah. But not easy to do. I mean, it's not something that anyone's gonna go up to Kawano and say, hey, you're a scrub, anyone could have done better there. No, this is like a crazy decision that you have to make in a very short amount of time. So yeah, last game, let's see. Daigo is up 2-0 now in Grand Final. Like, the way Daigo has brought that... Oh, this is really interesting. What a crazy mistake from Daigo. Actually, it wasn't a mistake. He was actually committing to back fierce right here. And it just happened to be that Kawano was jumping there. Maybe he even did it on as a reaction. Maybe Daigo thought a dash-in happened. Let's take a look at that. Honestly, I'm curious about that. Look at that. Daigo's walking forward just a tiny bit. Okay. So it seems like he's trying to he's trying to make Kawano react in some way, right? And Kawano walks forward. Daigo's holding back now. There it is. There's the jump. But Daigo can't see the jump at this point. The only thing Daigo can see here is some kind of animation is happening here. Okay? So let's say he's reacting to this. But he doesn't know. He can't actually see that this is a jump at this point. All he knows is something is happening with Kawano. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20... No! It seems like a weird mistake from Daigo. 21, 22, 23, 24. So in 24 frames, I think Daigo just missed the crouching attack. He was probably doing a crouching fierce there, but he missed the down input. But he didn't do the down input. That was kind of odd. Like, I feel like there's no way he tried to react to something. That was just kind of odd. Maybe he misclicked or something. I don't know. Yeah, but you don't anti-air with the fierce. You don't anti-air like that. Daigo would anti-air with a crouching fierce in that spot. Or maybe Daigo misjudged the distance. But even then, would you ever anti-air with that? I don't think so. Anyways, once again, great buffer by Kawano. Like, this medium punch that Colleen has, absolutely phenomenal to take the advantage. All of that damage that is happening right now. Take a look at those subtle differences, by the way. Daigo is whiffing that button. Kawano is actually trying to whiff punish it. Bam, he misses, and that's why he eats this. This medium punch once again to bait something. Daigo almost had a punch there. Once again, the V-shift break. The V-shift break has been a real issue for Daigo. And this is why he was pressing a lot of medium punches. He was baiting the V-shift. But Kawano, even with all of the baits, was able to find the moment to get the V-shift break on a Sonic Boom. Crazy skill. So yeah, I'm really impressed by the composure by both players. The fact that both players had incredible situations. And they're just not backing off at all. They're just so stable in their game plan and their execution. It's unbelievable. It's so difficult to do that. Once again, Daigo not jumping here. Easy solution would be to jump, but he knows it doesn't work. He's playing against a really good player, so he has to earn that getaway. But Daigo's now he's pulling out those EX flash kicks. Crazy. Until the very last second, and by the way, that was dangerous. Take a look at that. Kawano was trying to punish that. He did a buffer there, but it was just barely off. Once again, medium punches to bait the V-trigger. Very gutsy jab by Daigo there, but still, he gets in. Another throw. Another throw. Ah, and that's it. This was really, really good by Daigo. Like, he set up a situation where he went for the flash kick to get the max damage, but I thought, okay, he doesn't get any Oki if he does that. But actually wrong, because of the mini boom, he was able to set up a situation where Kawano had to guess. I think Daigo was, like, take a look at that. Take a look at what Daigo was trying to do here. He tried to whiff punish that. He tried to whiff punish the medium punch with the crouching fears. That would have been absolutely crazy. So yeah, final round. And pay attention to what Daigo is doing here, okay? This is like pure mind games. He's like, okay, I know you have CA. I know you want that corner control. I'm just gonna throw sonic booms at you until you do your stupid CA. Like, Daigo is willing to give up this kind of damage. He's willing to take the damage just to get into a position where he can throw sonic booms afterwards. And Kawano is so desperate to get in, he's not even taking it. He's like, no, I'm gonna walk you into that corner. Because it's more valuable to do that. It's really interesting. The decision making here. And there it is. This is why Daigo normally does not jump here. This is one of the few moments where Daigo chose to jump because he was hoping Kawano was going to press a button. He actually specifically waited for it. Take a look at that. Right here after that, Daigo waits a tiny moment so that Kawano gets into the range to press another button. And the crouching, by the way, the crouching motion probably set off Daigo to jump right here because he thought a normal was coming. Something like that. And this is why you don't want to jump, because Daigo is eating a lot of damage here. And once again, EX flash kick. Why? Because Daigo conditioned Kawano from earlier with the gutsy reads, walk up throw. Kawano was like, I have to take this advantage now to get the stun. Because last time it backfired when he didn't. So there we go. This is why flash kick worked right here. Any scrub online is going to be like, oh, I would have blocked here. I would have blocked this EX flash kick because they are not in the same mindset as these players. Daigo created the situation where the EX flash kick was going to work because of previous decisions that he made. It's so important to understand that. It's not just mindless EX flash kick here. Bam! There we go. He found the perfect moment to get that one moment with the sonic boom into the sweep, and all of a sudden it's a tight game with better resources on Daigo. That's such a gutsy throw right there. But there we go. Kawano finds the moment to pop V-trigger. By the way, I want to see it. Did he do that on reaction? Is that an on reaction thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, it is. He did that on reaction. He didn't just pop V-trigger. He would have blocked and done nothing if it had whiffed. It was even ready. Take a look at that. He was walking backwards in case he blocks it. Like, Kawano was already preparing the next option in case this attack was blocked. Why? Because he knows Daigo was either going to do a sonic boom or a sweep activate. And he needs to get outside that range. That's really impressive. I didn't even think about that. While he's hit confirming, he's preparing a completely different option in case it gets blocked. And once again, Kawano was ready here. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. That was super interesting. Kawano goes in right here. Daigo does a micro step backwards. Take a look at that. This was the first frame. He's walking back 1 frame, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is why the throw whiffs. And then he holds down back again. He walks outside of the range for this, but he misses the punish on it. This could have actually been it. This could have been it. Daigo could have done crouching medium punch, sonic boom, activate into a kill combo. So Daigo had a really great moment to make that throw whiff, but he didn't capitalize on it. Instead, he has to do it on block now as a result. Wow, that was like really weird. The way this set ended was really weird. I have no idea why Kawano was so stubborn in getting hit by those booms. Like, he tried to get through them, right? Not sure how many booms you can go through with that V-trigger, but clearly he was not, that was not good enough. People need to train punishing random whiff throws. That situation happens so often. And I know Daigo is one of the few players that does it. This is why I was so surprised, and it seems like he was setting up the situation. He was walking outside of the range while he has charge. That's another advantage. When he walks backwards like that to make a throw whiff, and then he crouches afterwards, he builds the charge to get the punish. So I was surprised he didn't do that. So yeah, the end seemed a bit sloppy by Kawano. Maybe nervous because, or maybe he was actually frustrated there at the end. That could have actually been it. Either way, fantastic set and great example of super high level play in Street Fighter V and how many decisions that you have to make in order to get there. Drugs wore down. Yeah, absolutely insane. So yeah, that was my analysis on the CPT, the grand finals. I was thinking about maybe doing another CPT, what was it again? Against Trashbox. Daigo versus Trashbox was a top 16 match at the CPT, right? And apparently that was like the closest anyone got to beating Daigo. I mean, outside of Kawano, right? So maybe I should analyze that. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, by the way, let me know if you want to see that analysis. But yeah, I think I've rambled on for long enough. Thanks a lot for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe if you want to see more content like that. So yeah, that'll be it.